Welcome to Dice Buddies, where we sometimes know the rules, usually aren't in a murder, but are always here for you. Today's buddies are Tori Pence, Zach Atherton, Christina Rockwood, and Tanner Ralph. And now the man at the helm, Kevin Helps.
This morning when Ina woke up, she grabbed her daughter and she was excited to go see a speech by the alderman of the city of Heild.
Oh.
Heild is a fraught city. As you know, there are three political powers that lay claim to its control. And the alderman is the one woman who has held it all together for these years. And so Ina grabbed her daughter and said, "We're going to go see the most powerful woman I know give a speech." So she took her daughter there. It was outside a herbalist shop, not relevant to the speech, called Aratad. Oh. And she took her daughter there, and they were so excited. The alderman then, whose name I do have written down. Where you at, alderman? Yeah, I planned this. Alray. Who is played by Taylor Swift in this movie.
Oh, that's right.
Came and started giving a speech. And then a man, or possibly an elephant, pointed out that she was using charm magic on the crowd, which is super illegal and super weird for the alderman of Heild to be doing. Is that a completely out of character action for her? Yes. But since our last recording, I've had time to think about why that happened. So, and it was this extreme betrayal because Ina lost her husband to a mage. A mage used his wicked powers to slay her husband. And so she was furious. When a group of heroes took the stage and said, "We need to replace this alderman," Ina was all about it. She was like, "Yeah." And she told her daughter, "This is what history looks like." And so they followed these heroes down the Street of Storms toward the capital of Heild. And there was a standoff with the Watch. So there's this large angry mob that these heroes had put together. And then there was a much larger force of the Heild City militia. But she thought, no, this is principle. Our alderman used magic. This is a betrayal of everything we stand for. And so she took her daughter and held her up to watch history happen. And that's when that fateful arrow was loosed from the side of the Watch.
Oh, this is the one with the child.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, remember, as we remember from last episode, the child was not hurt.
Yeah. It still scared me a lot.
Yeah, no. Well, yeah.
She just saw her mother die, like by an arrow.
Yeah, so it's fine. No problem. Ina took an arrow to the chest just because she wanted to go see the alderman give a speech this day. And that's on you.
Is it, though?
Is it? We're going to cut to get you in the action. Meet Christina, our newest cast member.
Hi.
She's great. And why don't you introduce your character yourself?
All right. So I'm Anna. I am a Beastmaster / Ranger, half elf.
Oh, okay.
I was raised in a little village of predominantly wood elves. And so, I have a lot of that influence in my life. I do enjoy myself a good ale and, some God's blood every so often. It's very bit of a guilty pleasure, you could say. And yeah,
as you know, God's blood is a controlled substance in the North. So
it is.
Of course you're introducing yourself well here, but you're not going to advertise that in public. That'll go poorly.
Of course.
But
we're
if you got
close.
a hookup, let me know.
Yeah, there it is.
Got a dealer?
As per the usual, I need to ask, how hot is she?
Oh,
What's your charisma score, friend?
I'm at a 10, so
Totally average.
Solid.
pretty average.
Welcome.
You have no idea how many harassment bullets you just dodged.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's just really true. She doesn't mean to be harassy. She just loves humanity and elf-manity. Womanity. Is that a better way to put it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Personality.
Personality.
She's half elf.
And then, my village got attacked when I was younger by marauding kobolds and hobgoblins. So I think they're a bunch of big ol', jerk faces and stuff.
I'm not a hog.
I know, they're not related to you that closely. It's just like your bad cousin.
Hobgoblins, as you would probably know, have run a long campaign of advertising their genetic superiority to regular goblins.
Hobgoblins have?
Yeah, and
So
I don't
they're
know
just
how
like
much
my
Gidge
cousins.
knows about goblin history,
literally.
but it's a thing. It's a thing.
Oh, okay.
Hobgoblins decided they were the rightful rulers over goblins, and for about a century that worked. Goblins were like, I guess so, because the hobgoblins were better at killing them. So,
Oh, that sounds
And they're
familiar.
bigger, right?
yeah. Hobgoblins. So goblins are typically pictured as halfling-sized, green to gray, sometimes brown creatures with the big floppy ears. Hobgoblins almost have a more lion-like appearance. They're human-sized. They tend to be about 6 feet tall. They generally have like scarlet red skin, and they've got like a lion's snout for a mouth.
Nice.
And they're famous for like organized tactics, well-organized militaries. I think D&D intended them to be stand-in for like Roman legions, but I'm not actually sure. It's not a one-to-one comparison.
Cool.
But in my world, there's something different. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, and I guess last thing to know is, I was being trained to be a guard, a protector of our, ancient ruins and stuff like that.
Oh, of
and
course.
so I have a deep love and
You're into conservation
respect
and
for-
stuff.
Yeah,
Love
for
that.
nature
I
and
love
stuff
that.
like that.
So, Anna, you, of course, know Lether, who's the leader of the Deliverance, a group that is organized to help mages escape the oppression that they face at the hand of every major society on this continent. Tell us a little bit, in like a sentence or two, why you joined the Deliverance and why you've come up north.
So having a deep love for nature and all things just natural and organic, I think that, mages and magic users in general who are basically an extension of just nature, in my view, them being oppressed and imprisoned is just, it's a travesty. And I think that it's... Yep.
Let me tell you why I
Yep,
love
thank
this
you.
so much. So Christina came up with that herself, but it's actually a really good expression of the elven opinion on magic.
Oh
'Cause
my goodness.
Elves have had magic-like powers in their history for a long time. Magic in this setting is only about 20 years old. But elves have been doing crazy stuff with God's blood for centuries. And so the idea that an elf would think of magic as an extension of natural power is like very on theme. So I applaud you.
Yeah.
Someone's good at this, and it's not
Anyway.
me.
Sometimes.
So you're with Leith, and he's at the headquarters of the Deliverance, which we have not talked about at all, and I'm not going to start now. And he comes into your room after politely knocking, and says, Anna, I have concern that I'd like to share with you.
Come at me.
I just recently sent Kelsey Jr., Gidge, Grenadine, and Roe on an assignment. I told them to go observe the alderman giving a speech because I was concerned that the opinion would turn against mages in the city. I have just received word that a small militia is marching toward the Capitol building, trying to overthrow the alderman, and I can't help but think that they did not simply listen to the speech. I'd like you to just go ensure that they are safe, try and get them out alive, and try to get them not to
Not
die.
dead?
Those are your three assignments: safe, alive, and not dead.
Safe,
Not
alive,
to
not
die.
dead. Isn't that
All
kind of semantical? Like,
Yes, but I'm very concerned and flustered about this. I'm very worried about them, and I'm also concerned, and I'm also distraught about them.
Oh,
So concerned, distraught, and
Worried.
concerned, worried.
There we go.
gotcha.
All right.
Seems he's concerned.
Good luck, Anna.
A little concerned.
Okay, time passes. Anna gets to the mob. We're not going to bother with that so much, unless you want to not do that. You have agency over your character. But then I'm just
You
going to
have
ignore you.
autonomy.
You can just go to like the spa. You can just like get your nails done or something.
It's true. It's true. I think that I will go
Well,
ahead
that
and
was great,
check
Zach.
out what's going on. Like, sounds like a good time.
It's going to be a good time.
Gender thing. It's just like she can do whatever. She doesn't have to go to the
Closer.
All right, you know what? You can go to a bookstore. You can go exercise.
You go to the kitchen.
You can buy
go to the
some
slaughterhouse.
oils for life.
Doesn't
What activity you do.
Any elf lady can do
And
whatever
dance
she
club.
wants.
They got dance clubs here, right?
Okay, so after
I was just
stopping off at a
imposing thing.
dance
Wait,
club,
I would like to do it if I wish. But not
okay, after you have some good time dancing, you meet some dudes or ladies or whatever you want. If you'd only gone a little bit earlier, you might have been there in time to stop the chaos that happened.
Chaos,
okay,
yeah.
now we're going to bring the camera back to the rest of our heroes. You've just arrived on the scene, so please feel free to participate. We're going to assume for ease of play that your characters already know each other because you've been in Deliverance forever. How long do you want to say you've been in the Deliverance?
We'll say maybe a few years.
Few years.
Yeah,
okay. So you two probably know
years.
each other fairly well, which is interesting because we'll just say that you've never talked about God's blood before because I want you to have that conversation on camera. These two joined the Deliverance 3 months ago, as did Ro, a half-orc with stunted mental capabilities.
Bless her.
How dare you?
Bless her. I'm just blessing her. I'm giving her
I thought you
blessings.
said lesser.
Oh.
It's like, what's wrong with the word stunted, Tori? Fight me, Tori.
I will fight you. Bless her.
Bless her. Okay, well, you know what? Bless her is
Bless.
actually, it's kind of like
Bless.
bless your heart in the American South. It's actually kind of a
It's
curse in
actually
some societies.
I get that in a little way.
Yeah. But they've been in the Deliverance for 3 months. So for ease of play, your characters already know each other. You
What's your
two probably
character's
know
name
each
again?
other quite well.
Okay.
Anna.
Anna, like the Shannon Hale book.
Cool. So you're in the crowd. As you may recall from our last recording, which felt like forever ago now. Okay. So you're in the crowd that has come, and you sort of had this standoff. I pictured it being like a no man's land between the city militia and your little impromptu mob. And then, as we described last time, an arrow loosed. It hit a woman with her child. And we're going to roll initiative, not because we're starting combat, but because your character's reaction times are going to be very important. You are part of this, so please jump in.
16 plus 4, 20.
You know what I totally should have brought is 3x5 cards. But what I can do here is I can go boop, boop. This is good TV right here.
I roll a 16. Well, 14 plus 2 is 16.
It's a solid 8.
Ooh. That's not great.
Woo.
Okay.
Of all the numbers
I've got 12 plus 4,
Feeling
so
a
I'm
little
at
bit
16.
hesitant right now.
Agreed. Gidge, what'd you roll?
8.
20.
20. Grenadine.
I rolled a 16, my son.
16?
Indeed.
I don't know why I needed to clarify that over 60.
I
was
truly...
like 1-6 or
like,
6-0?
What?
4,000.
Anna.
1 million.
One
Over
million.
9,000 roll.
I'm at 16.
Hey, Anna. As a welcome to the podcast, I just set your initiative at 1 million.
1 million, yes.
Very hot.
The app lets me do
That's
that.
really high. I didn't
Junior,
know
how'd you do?
8.
What an attractive roll.
Well, just because she's a good-looking woman, is that what you're saying?
We're just so happy. to have you
Average.
here.
I'm
I've got to
Okay,
go. I have to
Anna,
go by
with
the
a
roll.
roll of 1 million, you are the first in initiative.
Oh, okay. Wow. Someone's favoring
so
someone.
One of the yeah. Hey, you know what? I just took 2 off your initiative.
No,
okay?
I don't want it. Come in. Give it back.
So an arrow's just been loosed. It's been hit a member of the mob that these folks are leading. Ro is also a half-orc. She, as you may remember from last time, has a glowing green sigil of a dragon in front of a rising sun.
Yes, you do.
Oh,
She looks awesome. She looks awesome.
Kind of like a bad mofo.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Exactly like a bad mofo. I was gonna
Exactly like a bad mofo.
Gotcha.
What do you do?
In fact, she's precise.
So where am I
that's
located
literally
near the
what she
front
is.
of this like group or
I didn't really ask you. Where do you picture yourself being in this group?
is it like a stage that they were on?
They were on a stage. They abandoned the stage. This has become an organized march. Like in the United States, it would be called a protest. Here, it would be called massive crime and possibly an act of war, because they don't have a constitution in Heild. They're not into that.
Well, they gotta get on that, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, you're working on it right now. You're on your way.
all right. So I would say that I did the arrow go like straight through her? Like is she like dead? Like
No, I'm not. She collapsed. You don't know if she's dead.
okay. So I first like go and see like how she's doing. If there's anything that I can do.
Okay, so
as
you're
far as-
making your way over to her to
see if there's
what's
anything
going on
I can
there.
do to help.
Perfect,
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, Gid, what are you doing?
Do I see if it's like straight up dead time, dead zone?
You were
Heart
probably
shot?
near the front of the crowd, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I picture, and I'll take offers on this because I want this to work for everyone. So Gidge, this is how I picture it going down. The woman is struck by the arrow. She falls down, and then the crowd's gonna like immediately start swarming forward. So if you want to move to like get right next to her, then you could check her vitals. And then that poor kid. The kid's fine. Everyone.
I think I would. People are already checking on there, but like an act of violence has already been enacted, and so it'd be like, as a free action, I'm going to say, "Hey, what's her name? Does anyone know what her name is?" Do I hear anything from the crowd?
Her name's Ina. She's a friend of mine.
And then I say, "Forina!" And I want to attempt to stealth and then cut someone's ear off because you will not delete this timeline from my future.
This is happening.
You're gonna go cut off someone on the side of the city, the current administration, I assume.
Yeah,
or just
one of the
any
people, one of the militia people, maybe even the dude who shot an arrow, maybe even that guy. I want to try to stealth.
I'll tell you what. Give me a perception roll to try and find the archer who loosed that arrow.
9 plus 4, 13.
Unfortunately, this is a very chaotic situation. You can't pinpoint the exact archer, but there are archers on the other side.
Then
Cut off every ear.
I'm just going to go
corporate guilt.
the middle one.
Hot dang. Take that, middle archer. So you're going to sneak up. You're going to try to cut off a dude's ear. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. We're going to come back to you as well. Grenadine, I want to know what you're doing.
I'm not going to support you in this ear cutting, but I will just let you do it. Is that okay?
Which is more or less support.
Which I feel like, is
Yeah.
passive
It's like condonement, really.
Okay, yeah. So I'm supporting your ear cutting, but mostly because I want you to share that necklace with me later. I have no fashion.
Are we having a conversation right now?
I think we are.
Sneaking away.
Gitch.
Hey, yeah, real quick.
Yeah.
I'm about to do something real cool.
Dude, what are you doing?
The arrow struck the woman. She went, and then time stopped, and you two turned to each other.
As we do in
Let
our
me talk to you about
our twin space.
I'm gonna look. They're doing crimes and stuff. We got something to go. We gotta build the momentum. And if they're not gonna listen, then we're gonna make sure they never listen
I assume
again.
you two are running next to each other.
Absolutely.
Having this conversation.
Sneakily.
And by that,
Sneakily
sneakling, because I'm trying to sneak with
It's
all
not super
12 feet
hard
of
to
me.
sneak in a mob. Like,
That's true. That's
no
true.
one's going to pick you out individually. There's even a fair number of Goliaths in here. so
In that
you'd
case,
even
as I'm
blend in a
sneaking
bit.
along, I kick the feet out from under an archer and hold him down.
Okay, so you guys are
alright.
going to team up to beat up an archer and cut off.
I guess it's time. We have to.
Hold on a
I
second.
mean, I've gone from passive support
Granny,
to me.
you always
Killing
question
the
me.
whole
Supporting
fight.
you
You
as
always
well and
come
hold him
back
down.
around.
So true. Bruh, I can't say no to you.
Hey.
You know
No,
this.
okay, but then guys, you have plenty of time to have this conversation
Yeah.
because you're like, Gitch, I don't feel good about this. And I'm
Yeah,
just like,
yeah,
let
yeah.
me go then.
Granny, let's just see where this goes. One ear. One ear.
I
If
don't
it goes
understand.
good, lots of ears.
What the lots?
Many ears.
What do you intend to do with these ears once you've got them?
I've got a sick line that I'm going to say at an appropriate time. I've already got it planned out.
I really
we're
feel like I'm
we're
gonna
come
be let
back to you.
down
It's
by
gonna take
this,
you
but
about a
here we
round
go.
to close the distance with the archers, but then you're going to tackle those. We'll get to it. Junior, what you up to?
Is there a way that I can use this to like promote Maelstrom?
Do you tell me?
Is Maelstrom a loving god? I guess is what I'm like. Is he like a powerful and loving god, or like?
Being monotheistic, Maelstrom's whatever you need him to be.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just going to turn to the crowd and be like, they killed one of our own. Our god Maelstrom would never allow such a thing like this. Just keep going. And just encourage the crowd to just keep rushing towards the archers.
Is Rose still just chilling on people's shoulders? Like,
No,
was
we'll
it,
get to Ro. I'm taking her
was
initiative
it, was
for her in a
it
second.
my shoulders? Because did I just throw
Was she
her?
up on people's shoulders?
I think we were carrying her.
Ooh, that's even better. Okay, so you're rallying the crowd
Yeah.
to be pro Maelstrom.
Right.
Pretty cool. Okay. I want to make sure you might understand this already. I want to make sure you understand the political implications of that. This is the holy city of Maelstrom. When Rishtania moved in, they said, okay, you can still worship Maelstrom, but really you got to worship our guy, Kantar. And so this is kind of a statement you're making. Are you cool with that?
I prefer to worship a can-R.
Well, like our
I
crowd's
don't know
already.
this kind of a name.
I
It'll
guess
probably change again.
what I'm really trying to go for is just kind of getting the people really ramped up to go against these people. So I guess I don't need to include Maelstrom in that.
You could though. It was
I
a cool
could.
idea.
Yeah.
Roll me
Why
religion, my friend.
not? Let's go for it.
I would take religion or persuasion or performance.
Okay.
But I like religion best of all those.
Oh gosh, dang it!
Uh-oh.
I need new dice.
What was
you
that?
do?
I
Oh,
did
wait.
a
I should have given
6.
you a difficulty. I gave you a difficulty of 15. We all remember it. And you rolled a 6.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're like,
I'm a teenager. My voice. Here's what happened, okay?
Yeah.
So, like, because I'm a teenager and I'm going through a lot of changes of this whole human elephant thing.
becoming an elephant, as most teenagers do.
As I was saying it, I kind of squeaked. I was like, Maelstrom! And it was.
No. Instead of squeak, you yeah. You should
Maelstrom! This is like. And like. I knew it happened, and everyone around me knew it happened. So it's just kind of embarrassing, and like no one's gonna listen.
Yeah, the crowd
to that.
ends up more like confused than rallied. Like, okay,
Like they killed her. Like what the heck?
hey, yeah,
Sorry.
cool. I should have given you a performance roll because you tried to make it about Ina. So give me a performance.
That is an 11 plus 7, 18.
Cool. I was also having you go against 15.
Nice. Yeah, so I performed the. Are they incited? Is the mob incited?
They're incited.
Nice.
Good, and now they're distracted by a
inciting
pubescent
going on
elephant.
up in here.
So we're doing great sneaking,
So they're
kids.
just rushing, and then he's just like. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just not very helpful here.
So Ro, as I forgot since last time, but apparently Tori remembered,
Yeah, I
was
did.
on people's shoulders.
It was more like crowd,
Which is great, yeah.
like-
And as it's going to be relevant, Ro had a glyph of a dragon and a sun that just sort of appeared on her magically when you guys were installing her in power. That glyph now flashes like a blindingly huge green light, and Ro falls unconscious.
Ro!
Oh,
Which is
Wait, no.
super dangerous in a mob that's
Ro?
charging toward their own deaths.
Row.
ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
It's okay, guys. It got funny once you all repeated
Hey,
my
Ro.
joke.
Hope you
Hey,
enjoyed
remember when I
watching
said
this
ruh-roh?
episode. You're going to get trampled to death.
Are we still in initiative, or is this
Yeah,
just
so
all?
let's come back to Anna.
So I was running
So you're
towards.
yeah. So you've arrived. This woman is alive. She's in an enormous amount of pain. Luckily, a man in the crowd sort of like formed a shield. He's a bigger. Let's say he's a Goliath because he'd actually be in a good position to do that.
Wait, hold on,
And
is
as people are like going to trample him, he's like pushing them aside, and he's keeping people from trampling this woman to death. She does have an arrow sticking out of her chest, but she is conscious. Her child is freaking right the heck out, as is appropriate.
A child would.
So what are you gonna do?
All right. So I am going to.
It hurts. It hurts so much. Please help me. Are you a cleric?
Ow, this arrow
Can you
in
heal
my
my
heart
wound?
hurts real bad. Owie.
It's getting so cold.
So I have the good berries, which
That heal
are,
1 hit point.
Yeah. So
Dude, arrows do 1d8 or 1d6 depending on the bow they came from, so that's not a bad
all right. So
start.
I'm gonna give her, since I have 10 to work with for the day, I'm gonna give her maybe like 4.
Cool.
And
Brilliant.
4 of
You
the
gonna
good
feed
berries.
this woman? Can she eat them in the
This
state?
arrow won't eat this food.
This berry.
This is what I'm going to tell you though. Her daughter is in the way. I didn't say how old this child was. I'm going to say she's
32.
32. Because as you remember in the last episode, this woman was holding her up.
Holding her up.
This 69-year-old woman is like, look, kid.
Mom,
it's
they
the
can see me.
future."
Put me down. Jeez.
The future's limitless.
Oh my gosh, Mom, I live in your
I
basement.
wanna say, it's like, Mom,
as
okay, I'll
desperately
move.
as I want to retcon this child as a 32-year-old, it really makes the narrative make no sense. And I already gave in on the alderman using magic last time. So unfortunately, this is going to be like a young child, like a 4-year-old.
Okay.
And
Would
so
I-
she's interfering. She's getting in your way.
Okay. So
I can't do a 4-year-old, especially one with an Ikesh accent. But
Gotta
I'm
use
going to
magic.
try.
You gotta use magic missile.
magic missile. If I had it.
Murder.
Well, this has been
Okay.
Dice Buddies, everyone.
Murder?
Okay.
Can
She
we
say
roll to
mother or
see if
murder?
the incited mob hears murder and then murders the woman?
So I'm trying
It's a
to, I
17
guess,
for
kind
me.
of
So
calm
if I hear
her.
murder.
The mob's hearing murder. Okay.
At that precise moment,
That
Gibbs cuts
little
his first ear
girl
off.
just murdered that woman.
Bamf.
So I'm trying to kind of calm her as I'm getting the berries out to give to her mom, and I'm like, okay.
When you say calm her, are you physically like child, or are you like, it's okay, baby? Tell me what you're doing.
Okay, so I'm.
You can speak
it's
to
gonna
an
be
Elvish.
okay. It's gonna be okay. What's your name? What's your name? Tell me your name.
My name's Abel.
Bear.
Abel with an L.
L.
I can spell my
Abel.
name.
Okay. Hi, Abel.
This is it.
I'm
This is who
Anna.
it is.
I'm
Lean
here.
into
I'm gonna
this
try
guy.
and help your mom out. Okay. So just
Love it.
come and just
Roll
stand
me
here next
persuasion.
to me, and
It won't be that hard. We're gonna give it a 13 as the difficulty class.
well, I got a 13. So
Nailed it. All right. Nice. Thanks for helping me, murder.
you're welcome.
Another ear flies
Helping me.
in the air.
And
Did
I
that child just say thanks for helping me murder? All right, and you give her some good berries. Okay, you have stabilized this woman. She's not going to die. She's still in a great deal of pain, so she's going to need help getting. This is like the least safe possible location to have a downed victim. But good job, well done. If I was giving out experience, I'd give you some.
I definitely intended to go help this woman, but the lure of ears.
Ear
was
chopping?
too
Ears,
great.
Speaking of which, Gidge, we're over here. You guys have just closed the distance with the archers. I'm going to go ahead and let them get a shot at you because you're sort of in the front of the line.
But I'm sneaking though.
Oh, good point. Okay, roll a sneak roll.
It's a nat 20, my boy.
Okay, you are invisible in this room. And you're so dang sneaky that I should have had you roll, but he rolled a nat 20. And so that he's good enough for both of you.
Oh, good.
So
I would
I'm
definitely
covering
not.
you somehow.
you managed to like snag a cloak off one of the peasants and just put it over the Goliath's head, and she just
And suddenly,
disappears.
I'm just now a peasant.
Not literally, it's not a magical cloak. But yeah, okay, you close the distance with one of these archers, and I got the impression that you're holding down an archer while you are cutting off the ear.
Yeah, this is going to be a straight up sneak attack
I
on
rolled the
his
sexism
ear.
dice, and I'm going to test something. It is a female archer. Does that change your answer?
No, it does not.
Okay, cool. Love it.
no,
I mean,
it
does it
doesn't.
change
No.
We're all equal
What's its
opportunities
race?
mutilators.
Yeah. But also, actually, what matters is how hot she is.
I actually knew that question was coming, but I didn't roll for it. So hold on one second. 19.
We cannot cut her ear off.
She is smoking.
We got to set an example.
Gidget, I
We
need
got to
you to
set an
understand.
example.
So I
There is
believe
no
we
way
put
I'm-
Gal Gadot in that range. Like this archer is played by Gal Gadot.
Gidge, there is no way
She's-
in the
listen,
seventh
listen.
circle of any
Oh,
hell.
she almost always wears her hair down. You almost never see her ears anyway. We gotta set an example. If we're gonna make an exception for the hot ones, we're just gonna let the beauties murder us?
Yes! Yes, I will be
This
killed
is
by
the moral
anyone that
foundation of
hot.
Dice Buddies.
Listen, Granny, I love you, but we're doing something real important now. And the fact that you love people's physical beauty is less important than sending a message.
All right,
okay?
while you're having this debate, Gal Gadot manages to get a swing in at probably you. She's just going to hit you with her bow, like Oliver Queen on the CW show The Arrow.
Okay, I'm down.
That may or may not still be on the air. I legitimately don't know.
I think it is, and it's terrible.
She
they all
hit
turned into
an
Flash
AC of
fans.
8, so it's not going to connect with you even
No,
a
it
little
isn't.
bit.
So can I grab the bow as it swings through the air?
You're darn right you can.
Yeah, so I grab that bow as it swings through the air, and I pull her close and say, "Get out of here! Get out of here now, you sexy beast!"
I love
All right, I'm
this. I love
attacking.
this.
I'm trying to slice that ear off.
So we're going to do a couple things. We're going to have you roll me athletics.
wink at her.
To grapple her close.
Oh yeah.
It's also something you can say to your
18.
significant other. Okay.
Plus strength, probably, right?
Plus strength.
She
or
rolled a
athletics?
12. So you grabbed the bow, you pull her in, and you said, "Get out of here, you sexy beast!" And you take this opportunity to cut off her ear.
That's a 17 plus 5. That's a 22.
That definitely is going to hit, but I'm going to tell you what. She was grappled, so you're going to have advantage if you want to go for the crit.
Oh man.
Okay. So what weapon are you using? A knife?
Just my dagger to get her ear
Dagger?
off.
All right.
Excuse me, but hold up. She's real close to me.
Yeah.
He's got to get through me to get to her ears.
All right.
Just saying.
All right.
Just.
Okay, no, fair enough.
I'm very small. Even if you're holding her, I can get on and just be like, I just have to go.
You know how easy it is? My entire arm is the size of her face.
'Kay,
So
no.
get out of there, kids.
This is very important. So what we're going to do is we're going to have you make grapple checks against each other. This is you attempting to prevent Gidge from making
This
the
is the
sale.
first time in my
So,
life I have ever fought you on
this-
anything.
this
I need
is
you
how
to
it works.
step down from Hottie McPotty. What is her name?
You are you don't know her name yet, but you could ask her if you don't cut off her ear. So you're going to roll athletics. Gidge, you get to roll your choice of athletics or acrobatics because you're the defender in this situation.
He's defending.
Yeah, because I decided you're the one trying to interfere with his attack roll. Look, I'm doing this on the fly. I'm so sorry to all the D&D nerds out there. The rules don't cover the situation super explicitly, except through like combat maneuvers.
get
There are no
many
battle masters here. I swear I know how to play D&D. Okay, just cut me some slack.
Don't I have a thing where I can? Does bardic inspiration only help, or can it debuff? Can it like reduce a roll?
You are thinking of vicious mockery. It's a spell.
Vicious Mockery should be a cantrip, I believe.
It would be an
And it
action
is
though.
very fun.
Is he thinking of vicious mockery?
It's-
I swear I
it's
know
not
how
on
to
my
play
list.
D&D. I swear.
I legit want to just cast Hold Person on you right now.
You don't have time for that.
say,
So
I
how'd you
can't.
do on your athletics check?
No!
That's a nat 20, boy.
11 to a 20.
I should chop off both ears and
Gidget!
carve off her face and be like, "You like it now? You like it now, Granny? Look at me, I'm so pretty. Oh, are you gonna save me from everything now?"
Gidget,
Okay.
I'm sorry. Is this striking a chord with you deep
Legitimately,
inside?
a second ago, I was going to say, Zach, since you rolled the crit, I'm going to let you narrate this. I'm not giving you that power. But yeah, so you trying to protect this beautiful, beautiful archer. Sort of move your left arm to interfere with Gidge. But thing is, you guys have sparred like as long as you've known each other.
And I'm trying to
Gidge
hold a very
knows this
beautiful
move.
person.
And Gidge like does this
damaging
amazing
her.
flip. And then, do you want a one-liner? Say in your ear. You mentioned that earlier.
Oh no, he was talking about the one later, but do another one.
I'm gonna lobe this.
You were never my brother.
Here's inspiration, my
You were
friend.
only a goblin.
Give that to Zach. He earned it.
Oh man.
Do you remember how inspiration works?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you are lobing it when you cut off this archer's ear. Her hotness, depending on how you are into one-eared ladies and
It's still pretty
bloody open scars,
That's
but it's still played by Gal Gadot.
Yeah, no, that's
So,
still hot. It's now just got this like.
Naturally, she's gonna
It's
shriek
now
in pain.
Gal Van Gogh.
Yeah, that's exactly what
Do I get sneak bonuses on that?
Because it's a sneak attack. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe your sneak attack's at 2d6. Could you double check that for me real quick? I'm pretty sure it's a 2d6. Check when you're on downtime. So it's a d4 plus 2d6 plus your dexterity
It's a
modifier.
D4, so it's
The pyramid.
5, 8. So is that a 13? So 2 plus 3 plus the 2d6.
Yeah.
Okay. Then
So
that is
13 damage.
13.
Ooh. All right. So that actually is she incapacitate her. She's not dead, but she goes pale. She's going into shock, and she's just like collapsing the
I
ground.
pocket the ear.
He pockets the ear. I grab Gidget by the throat.
Oh,
Oh,
snap.
I do. I grab him by the throat and I lift him. In the
You
air.
guys have had tons of action, so I am gonna let
Okay.
you do that, but I'm gonna
Cool.
see what
Then we'll
Junior's
get
up to
back. Cool.
first.
So this was a blinding light that came out of.
Yes.
Okay, so obviously I would have seen this, and
Oh, yeah.
I have
Everyone
attention
saw
towards
it.
Row. Okay, are people still rushing towards the archers, or is everyone kind of stopped and looking?
Oh
at
no, they're in it to win it.
Okay, cool. I think my natural reaction would be to rush to Row and make sure that she's all right and not getting
Love
trampled.
it. Okay.
So I'm definitely making way towards Row to kind of divert traffic away
Hey.
from her.
I don't want to tell you how to do your thing, but I know for a fact you have a spell prepared called Thunder Wave
Oh yeah,
that pushes people away from a spot. It does damage.
it does do damage.
You almost killed Grenadine with it back in episode
Yeah.
I
2.
did almost kill somebody. So I think I'm a little because of that. I'm a little bit hesitant to use it right
You
now.
disappoint me, sir. Okay.
I almost killed a Goliath with it.
Do
I'm
it
going
again.
to kill.
I'm holding him in the air, and he'll get struck first, probably.
There's an unfair
Are you
thing.
guys in front of me?
My face.
In Dungeons and Dragons, there's a distinct power imbalance for a couple reasons. I tend to think, like the DM tends to think about the game a lot more than the players. That's just how it works.
Okay.
And like I knew this mob scenario was coming, and so I've been thinking about Thunderwave in crowds a lot. And something that Thunderwave notably does not do is affect you. And so this is what I'm going to tell you. You don't have to do Thunderwave because you understand the consequences of that action. But if you were to cover Ro's body with yours, which you could because you're huge, and cast Thunderwave, Ro would not be affected by it, but everyone around you would. It might kill some people. I mean, it would be a big deal. But you can also see Ro is definitely being trampled by this crowd. Hey, Rana.
Am I up
Hope you're
to?
enjoying the episode.
Am I up to row right now? Like
You've gotten to row. You weren't far away from her.
Okay, how hard is it to divert traffic? Like, what am I feeling as I'm trying
Athletics.
to like?
Roll me athletics.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm gonna give this an 18. This is gonna be pretty tricky.
Okay, so it's a really strong crowd.
One of the bards could help you, but they're busy.
We are very busy.
You're right. So I rolled pretty low. I rolled a 6, so I'm trying to push them away. But obviously,
Ro's getting stepped on. She's bleeding. It's looking bad.
Okay, and in that case, we're gonna have to resort to.
Love it. I'm gonna come back to you though. Okay. We're gonna come over you to Enna. You've got this woman, the Goliath man who is helping elbow people, is willing to help get her out of the crowd with you.
Okay, so
or you can do something else. You can go join this little party.
Yeah. I might let them fight it out for now. Like I'm picking her up, like, because if she's still kind of
because you know them,
yeah. I mean they're like siblings.
Cool. Okay,
it's
love
fine.
it. Love it.
But yeah, I start picking her up to kind of start helping her hopefully out of the mob of crowd.
Love it. Okay. With the Goliath's help, this is not going to be too hard, so I'm going to have you roll an athletics check with advantage against 15 to get her out of this crowd.
Okay. Athletics. Oh, sweet. Yeah.
You had
With
advantage, so if you didn't love that, you can roll again and take the
right,
higher.
I can roll twice.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Okay. Better. And
How'd you do? What'd you roll?
So the 10 plus 3, and then do I add anything else to the? I have 3 on
So
athletics.
if you have the athletic skill, then it should add your proficiency modifier. Your
Plus the
character sheet
proficiency
probably
of
should have done it.
15 then.
15? Got it. Okay, cool. Is your strength modifier plus 3?
So my strength modifier is plus 3, and then my proficiency is
Love
plus
it.
2.
Oh, you're a strong ranger. Ooh.
I've been working out.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Perfect. Then, yeah, you did that exactly right. So you managed to get her out of the crowd. You're not having any crazy drama. The little girl is still concerned, but she can see that a competent half elf is on the job. And so she's calmed down a bit. And also her mother is talking to her, which helps. Okay. Now we come over to my favorite part of this conflict. I'm going to just roll a death save for Ro, just for fun. All right, interesting. Gidge.
I've made some mistakes today.
Over here. So go ahead and give me your athletics check to grab Gidge by the throat. Gidge, once again, you get to contest with acrobatics or athletics, your choice.
Why am I failing every roll? That's a 4.
You can't bring
plus
yourself to hurt
5
Gidge.
as a 9.
It's a 4 plus 5 plus 9, or that I also rolled a 9.
Oh, we both rolled 9.
So when you roll the same thing, the state it remains unchanged is the rule on grappling. So you have not grabbed Gidge by the throat,
So
but
is
you're
this-
close.
Is this going on?
Yeah.
Great, stop. Great, calm down.
Look,
Calm down.
you have gone too far. Get it.
I cast calm emotions.
I'm gonna just go for a moment here and say, why do you think I gotta calm down? Gidget? I feel this is perfectly
nothing to do.
justified.
With your genitals, Granny. It has everything to do with the situation.
When you cut people's ears off of very,
It's been
very
cast.
beautiful
Throw
people.
a charisma saving throw, please.
Okay.
And so what's your spellcasting modifier?
I think it's a 13, which she has a charisma saving throw of 5, so it's not great, but I'm going to do it. You're calm, boy!
Oh, hey.
Granny, you're
Granny.
totally calm.
Hey, Granny. Hey,
Buddy, hey,
Granny.
bud. Hey, bud.
Hey, look at me.
Is this how we've stayed friends so long?
We good?
Yeah, we
Gra-
good,
we
bro.
good?
We good.
You want to help me chop off some more ears? Hey, Granny, want to help me chop off a couple more ears? And we'll go home. I'll get your favorite ice cream. What was your favorite ice cream?
Oh, just straight up chocolate, my dude.
Straight up chocolate. I
Chocolate's
love
the way to
that.
go.
I'm the vanilla. You're the chocolate.
Hey.
Well, I just
Together,
looked it up
the
on-
swirl.
Yeah.
Too.
A little swirly swirl on the cone.
Nice.
Maybe a little bit of
Twisted cow.
yeah,
Remember
twisted
that?
cow.
Remember
I
when we
love
went
it.
to that
Oh,
cafeteria? They had
man,
the twisted cow.
I want that, Gage.
Hey,
Galgadot is dying.
this girl
I
right
just
here,
failed the death save for her.
not as important as us, right?
I don't think they heard that.
That's good.
Nah, family's the most important thing.
Family and ice cream.
Family and ice cream.
Family and ice cream is all that matters, dude.
Hey,
Yeah.
there's a whole field of ears out there. Whoosh, let's go picking. And that's my turn.
the archer
When
who's
did
played.
Gidget become Rocket Raccoon?
We've got a whole backstory episode planned where we just dive into Gidget's backstory.
I love that. Hey, here's the true question.
Yeah.
How well does calm emotions work to change your thoughts and feelings on a situation?
So mechanically, it releases you from charms, and I think it just thematically calms you. What's it say there, Zach?
You attempt to suppress strong emotions in a group of people. So a lot of people within a 20-foot radius of me.
of course.
Must make a
course.
charisma
Oh,
saving
shoot, this
throw.
could change
A
lot.
creature can choose to fail the saving throw, which you did not. That's fine. If a creature fails its saving throw, choose one of the following 2 effects. You can suppress any effect causing a target to be charmed or frightened. That's nice to know. When the spell ends, blah, 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 blah. Alternatively, you can make a target indifferent about creatures of your choice that it is hostile towards.
That's what you just did.
So I'm making you indifferent
You know
towards
what,
me at this
dude?
point.
Towards
Nothing-
Gal Van Gogh.
No, towards me, because she's hostile towards me.
right.
The indifference of the spell,
hostile
if attacked or the spell is this indifference ends if the target is attacked or harmed by a spell, or if it witnesses any of its friends being harmed.
Gidget, my brother. Well, I did witness not a friend, but someone I wished would be infinitely more get harmed. So that doesn't affect it. Right?
Nah,
Watching
you're
her bleed
good,
out. I'm
man.
good.
You're good.
All right.
Hey,
Yeah.
remember what I said? Shink.
A sea
Let's
of
go
years.
picking.
All right.
Remember what I said
Hey,
that?
I'm here
Grenadine,
for
though.
it. Yeah,
I just
man.
rolled for Gal Gadot's death save, and she does cough up a little blood, and she's getting really pale. Just want to let you know. Just
Hey,
whatever
but
you want to do with that.
Ain't no thing, right?
Gidget, there's a 19 at least coughing up blood on the ground. What's going on with your ear? Gidget?
On the 10 scale, that's a 9.5.
Hey, let's go. And I try to walk her towards another guard so that we can go.
Fine.
And,
Then look at that other guard. Roll.
You're
How
looking.
hot?
You're looking for a
Come on.
hot guard.
How
Is
hot
that-
no,
is that
a
guy?
less hot guard to distract
what
her,
I'll
hopefully.
do. Wait, you're looking for a less hot guard to go to the ear off? Okay. That
try-
shouldn't be hard. Statistically, 95% of guards are less hot than this guard.
You
was.
underestimate
So-
how little hotness is involved to get me interested.
So this is what I'm going to do.
I'm
I
remarkably
think
desperate.
because if I understand right, you're looking for a hot guard. You're looking for a rebound
to-
from this
yeah.
guard.
I mean, I can help save her, right? I can
Yeah, probably.
tell Gidge to
it's-
stuff
I
it.
think
Look,
this
you
is
know
a
what?
medicine.
For you, Granny, you want to save. My job's done. I got my messages crossed. If you want to be able to save this beautiful lady, that's up to you. But, shink, I'm going to go picking. That's the 3rd time I've said it. I really want to go picking.
Okay, cool. You go picking.
need it
You're looking
to-
for another
you
hot
need
guard,
it
or
to
you're
be-
looking. We'll come back to you, Junior.
So one last they're trampling all over me, right? Like there's no way I can push them away.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because you failed your athletics check. So yeah, you yourself are actually going to take. Wait for it.
Oh snap.
5 bludgeoning damage.
Oh,
from
my
just
gosh.
the crowd roughing you up as you try to get
In that case, yeah, I'm super pissed. So I'm definitely
I'm so happy right now.
as I'm screaming, everybody move! I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave to push everyone away from Ro as I'm covering her to make
Love
sure
it
that
so much right now. Okay. You're so
How close
hot
are
right now.
they?
You really wanted that.
They're
So
super
this-
far away.
Okay,
They're on the
because
other
this
front line.
cube, because I know.
Sorry to interject. Did you cast a saving throw for the range around me? Because I mentioned we
I
were
did.
around.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Are they
I'm
indifferent
sorry.
to me or
So
no?
I had roughly half of the crowd becomes indifferent to you.
Okay.
So I'm thinking too much about this, but the cube.
I didn't need it.
It says the cube originates from me. Does that mean it's everything in front of me, or I'm the center of the cube?
Oh, because we always pictured it like.
I don't think it really matters in this situation,
I
but
think
in
it's
the
an
future.
epicenter thing. It's like a.
Let's play it that way.
Okay, so it says that it's from the front of me.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
Oh, that's a useful sheet.
that's really
So you're
nice.
pushing it out like this?
Yeah,
rather
so
than
15-foot cube in front of me, everything in front of me, just like yeah.
Someone's
so it'd be
gonna
like,
come claim my geek card after they watch this episode.
The first time
I always
ever used that
pictured
sheet.
Thunderwave being centered on the caster, but
I
I
guess
could
it's
be
a
wrong.
wave, right?
Yeah,
you know,
So
they
it's
say
like
there's
crowd-
always a
kind
bigger
of-
geek. like we're at a baseball game. Like,
Yeah.
okay, everybody,
Dun.
ready? What?
Da-da-da-dun.
So yeah, I'll let you do your pick. It can be a circle around you, or you can push it out from you, and I'll look it out. Look it up
because
later.
the crowd's coming towards me, I was meaning for it to be like everything in front of me because the people
Yeah,
behind me, I mean,
yeah.
they pissed me off too. But
I got you. I feel you, man.
yeah,
Okay, cool.
just trying to clear
We're
space.
just gonna roll some saving throws for them. What am I rolling against you?
Ooh, what am I looking at?
Sorry. It is your saving spell DC. What is your wisdom modifier?
4.
Oh, yeah. I just upgraded your wisdom.
Oh,
you
nice.
upgraded your wisdom when you leveled your character.
Awesome.
So
I totally
the
did
saving
that.
throw is going to be against a 14.
14, yeah.
That is most excellent. So, yeah, you're going to trash this crowd.
Yeah.
Go and roll me 3d8 damage.
About time I did something right.
Yay.
D8. You guys have D. Okay, there we go.
I mean, we all know the history books are going to remember this as black, whatever the day of the
17.
week is. So, 17?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that was brutal. So you.
I'm trying not to metagame and think of the consequences, but this is fun.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's way better when you don't think about the consequences.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you trash it. You definitely have knocked some people unconscious. You've caused a huge disaster in this crowd.
Is Rose safe though? That's all I'm.
Yes,
really,
but Ro is safe, and people are terrified. They're giving you some clearance now.
Okay.
You
I
made your
warned
point.
you. I warned you.
Yeah.
All right.
They're warned.
I feel aptly warned.
I'm warned. Are you warned? I'm warned.
I was staring at the
Amply
camera while I
warned.
said that, so like the people knew.
Amply
All
warned.
right.
I warned you.
Oi. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to go for Ikesh accent.
A what?
That's the country you're in.
Oh.
This fella's shooting spells into the crowd.
It's okay. I'm a cleric. Just
That
making
doesn't
things
make
safe.
it okay.
I'm making things safe.
I thought you were on our side. I thought you
I-
were trying to overthrow the magic using
I
Alderman.
thought you were on my side. You're trampling over your soon-to-be leader.
That doesn't look like
That's
a leader
not a
to
very
me.
good thing to
Looks
do
like
to
a
your
half elven
leader.
carp. I meant half orcish corpse. Doesn't look
Hey,
like an
we
elf
were
by
on
any
our
stretch.
way to make her the new leader. You knew that. We knew that.
She's got the glowy.
Okay,
Little
sorry.
kid just Canadian
She had
process.
she had the
Murder,
dragon
murder,
sun on her.
murder.
Remember? That's the one you're trampling.
Oh, it's still there too.
Okay. She's got the dragon sun thing. Do I have any idea what this dragon sun is?
I would take Arcana and I would take Religion. Also, if you
Like
have the
both?
Detect Magic spell, that can work for you.
Okay.
No, one or the other.
Oh.
And remind me, was
I'll go
this
off
a
that
literal
first.
blessing from on high, or was this a fake out that we were trying to do?
You guys did not cause that glyph to
Okay,
appear.
so we don't know where it came from.
So I rolled a 6, so don't know much about it then.
No, it's pretty mysterious. It's
I'm a
pretty
terrible
obviously got
cleric.
magical properties.
Yeah, you're a teenager, so you were there. Like you
it's
went to
cool.
seminary, but you were just like scripture
slept
I think
with
I
mastery.
That's
just
right.
saw
one thing.
Maelstrom was like, that guy's ripped. Awesome. And
I
then,
want to be like that.
but never read the scriptures or anything.
I
think it
too
was
looked at Maelstrom and said, that guy's ripped. Awesome.
No way.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
All right, Anna,
And
you've
kids with the
successfully
ears
gotten the injured woman out of the crowd, saving her life. Arguably, you've done the most good in this
I was
crowd
about to say, I think
by a
this
wide
has been
margin.
the most useful.
Actually, I don't even know if it's arguable.
Hands down, you did the best.
You
stuff.
could argue that fighting each other is awesome, or shooting magical spells into the crowd. But hey, he saved her
I
out.
did what
Saved
I
her.
had to do.
Did what had to be done. All right.
All right. So if
So,
she's
but you can do whatever you want now.
okay, so if she's
She's
like
safe. Give me
that
stable
look.
at this point and her child
Hey,
is
why don't you
like
tell
with
me
her and
about Gal Van
everything,
Gogh?
I turn back to, I guess, kind of see like
You've
where
got
people
kind
are.
of two disasters going on right now. Your ally Junior has just shot a thunder wave into the crowd of people who were staging the coup.
And there's an epidemic of ear loss.
And over here,
Ground zero.
Gidge and Grenadine have gotten into an altercation over cutting off beautiful women's
over
ears.
ears.
Over again, Gal Van Gogh.
Gal Van Gogh.
That's her name now.
That is
Who
now
I'm
accepted.
currently holding in my arms.
Aw.
Yeah, as she's
Are you
bleeding
just
out.
like bawling?
Yeah.
So, or you can go start a third thing if you want. You could turn around and hit the little girl with you, you know?
Go with the theme. Hurt somebody close
Look,
to
it's
you.
a riot. We can't be held accountable for the things we do in a riot.
Okay.
I would say, let's see, I'm gonna probably go and help Junior at this point. If she's stable, I'm gonna turn and start making my way towards where he is.
Cool. Okay. So you head on over. Anna has arrived on the scene. Give me an idea of your disposition. Do you have a plan what you're going to do when you get there?
So I still have some good berries left. Is Ro in a state that, like, if I were to put it in her mouth, would she like automatically like swallow. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah,
'cause,
that's
like,
a good question.
Or would you have to chew it up in your own mouth?
Right,
And put
right.
your mouth on her mouth.
Baby bird this.
I think you can feed good berries to an unconscious person.
Okay.
All these questions, man. I thought I knew how to play D&D,
Or
but
does
I
she
do
need to
not.
mash the berries and put them in a needle and give them to her?
Or she could wait till they're dehydrated, then
She's
grind
got
it to a
plenty of
fine
cuts so you
powder.
could squeeze the
Needle.
good berry juice into. So.
Grind it into a fine
Okay.
powder and
So I say
sneeze
I
it at
take
her.
5, 4. So I say I'd maybe take maybe 3 more good berries and try and like
Cool,
put
okay.
them in a row so that she's
Why have we not
Perfect.
discussed the fact that it's a good berry and I have not said the words Mr. Goodberry yet and I'm mad at myself.
Home of the good berry, may I take your order?
Exactly. Anyway, I'm sorry. Keep going.
Okay, so yeah, you mush the good berry juice into her cuts, and it does in fact close some of her wounds. She does not gain consciousness. Gidge, you're on the prowl looking for more ears to cut.
Yep.
Just any ear, really, right?
The most unsuspecting. Am I noticed by anyone yet, or like people seeing me do like bad stuff?
I mean, there's noticing, and then there's noticing. You're in the middle of basically a battle.
I'd like to continue this sneak attack ear thing that I'm got going on. So
Okay.
I'd like to
Go ahead and give me a sneak roll and an attack roll against combined total of 25.
Sneak roll and attack roll.
Yeah, just add them together for
So
me.
sneak was 10, and attack was 12.
Cool. Not quite there. So you're still being pretty sneaky, but then you jump up on a hold on for it. A male archer. You're going for his ear, but his situational awareness was a little bit superior to the beautiful archers because he's only. Nope, he's hot to a 16. You found another hottie.
But she doesn't.
Don't
Hopefully she
worry.
doesn't
Just
see
keep
this.
going. Just keep going.
Okay.
I have a.
So he's another hottie, but he saw what happened to the other hottie archer. He's like,
Yeah.
whoa, that's not going to happen to me. And then you jump up. He's like, not today, pal. Gah! And he's going to get to attack you on his turn, but that's not yet.
Great.
So Grenadine,
Yeah.
you're tenderly caring for this beautiful archer woman.
Holding.
If you want to stabilize her, you can make a medicine check.
Here's the thing. I'm holding Galvango in my arms. And as the blood drains from her face, she begins to become very pale, right? You know how people who go unconscious look?
18, 17,
Yeah. Slowly
16.
her numbers going
The
down.
more corpsey you look, the
down,
less
down.
you're like. Oh.
And I find myself not really wanting to help her anymore. And in this moment, I realize Gage was right. Who am I that I care so much about physical appearance? And so
This is
set
the lesson here.
Galvango on the ground. And I stand and in a mental funk, I walk through the crowd just looking at each person saying, "You're not worth anything to me? Why? How could you not be worth anything to me? These people mean nothing to me."
epiphany.
And I have a moment of realization that I'm a horrible person. So really, truly, this battle rages around me as I just walk through and I elbow people aside. I don't even care that they're here. I push them to the ground. I say, you 11. Why don't I love you? Why am I horrible at everything? Gidge was right. I should never have been born. And
One of
truly,
them offered you cotton candy. You even pushed that one.
I did. Look, nothing is worth anything to me anymore. I don't know what I am.
Because beautiful people can lose blood and become pale. Exactly. Let's challenge everything you thought you knew.
Did she die? Did Galvin?
Well, I was making death saves for her, so let's see how she did on her previous one. She passed her last death save, so she's
Stable.
she's 50-50 between.
Okay, so she could come back later
death.
and help me feel better about that. But right now, truly, I'm just in a funk. I'm not any use to anybody. I am just distressed beyond belief because everything I've ever believed that hotness is great it's abandoned me. So can I cast a minor illusion on myself to make myself look really unattractive?
Of course.
Okay.
Wait. No, that would be a disguised self.
Okay, cool.
Do you have that one?
I don't know. I don't think so.
So if you held perfectly still, you could use a minor illusion to do
Perfect. I'm going to sit in the middle of this crowd of people and cast a minor illusion of myself.
Okay.
So I can feel what it's like to be.
What do you look like? Describe it in detail.
I look like Gidge. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Gidge in
Really
his way has
tall
always
Gidge.
been an oddly handsome person. And maybe that's because I know him very well. I'll get back to that. See how the inner bits of a person really
This
makes
is
a difference.
we're going on just like a kaleidoscope exploration of Grenadine right now.
I sit in the middle of this crowd of people. I search for the ugliest person possible. My eyes alight on a young man who has obviously been diseased since he was a youth. His face is half warts and half like scale looking. I think he has some kind of dragon scale.
This is someone you're seeing in the crowd?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, that's unfortunate. And then I look, and there's another young woman with just a sad nose. You know those noses that like kind of become buddies with your upper lip? Yeah, exactly. And it just kind of drips over, and like you could lick into your nostrils like Stitch does on Lilo and Stitch. Yeah, I get her nose. I take the ear hole of Gal Van Gogh as, you know, my honor to her. So I don't have ears. I just have ear holes.
Oh my.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
So
also-
you're making yourself just horrifically ugly
Yeah.
using a minor illusion.
Absolutely.
Okay,
And I'm 3
cool.
feet tall. Thank you.
And you're 3 feet tall. Okay.
Because height is
feel
also
small.
hot.
Wow. All right. We got a lot going on there. Junior. Anna has just shown up, started squeezing goodberry juice into Ro's wounds, and it is not
Maybe I went a
bringing
little
Ro
too
back to consciousness.
She's not coming back to consciousness.
Indeed, she is not.
Oh boy.
Even though her wounds
Some
are
of her
closing.
stuff is healed though.
What's it look like in front of us? Did I kill anyone?
There are some people who are not getting back up.
Oh boy. That's a future problem. But right now
That's a problem for future Junior.
that's future Junior problem. Right now, my focus is going to be on Ro. I don't see anything on me. that
We
I
have a normal-sized person in the party. You're a half-elf.
I'm a half elf, yes.
Tiny, huge, and then Ro is huge.
Oh, so now we have...
You're like what, 5'10"?
I'm like 4'10" or something like
Oh,
that.
4'10"?
Yeah.
All right, that's still within normal size. Sorry, go on. So you're, yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah, I don't have any.
I was thinking
healing
about that.
spells,
Okay.
which seems weird for a cleric, right? I should have something that can heal.
Did you prepare spells?
Well, we can assume whatever I prepared last episode because we're still on the same day, right? And this is a different paper, so I can't remember which ones I prepared.
Because last one, it just had like all the cleric spells written down because of
Yeah.
a glitch in the software.
Yeah,
And it was weird. And
I
so
know I
just-
prepared one healing spell,
All right.
but I
I believe you.
remember which one it is.
It's probably cure wounds.
Okay, cool. So I'll cast Cure
And you can
Wounds.
cast that at any spell level. That is a first or second level spell.
Okay, let's do first level on Ro here. Let's cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. You're going to roll me a d10 and add your wisdom modifier of +4.
Perfect. Wisdom modifier +4.
I'm sorry. Your wisdom modifier, which is +4.
Okay, I was like, that's really good. That's gonna be an 8.
Okay. Total of 8.
Yeah.
Okay. You have completely healed Ro's wounds, and you're not inexperienced at healing wounds. She should be conscious, and she is not.
So so clearly it's not just damage. There's something
Correct.
else going on. Well, that's not good.
You know, I agree. And I do know what's going on.
I don't. My intelligence is 8, and I don't know much about religion. I'm realizing now.
Noob.
I think my focus is just going to be to continue to keep traffic away from her and see if we can figure out what's going on, which clearly is easier now. But
All right, Anna, what are you up to then? You're also in this little exchange.
Mix. I mean, Ro is, she's like, what, 6, 7 feet?
She's a half orc, so I think she said she's short for a half orc,
Big-ish.
so I put her at like maybe the high 6s. I don't remember.
Okay, so I'm doubting that my
big,
character is probably strong enough to really like be able to lift her and like
Right.
move her.
Right.
So I turn to Junior and say, "Are you able to like pick her up and like can we move her out of the crowd off to the side?"
all right, well, I can definitely try.
So what you two can do, go ahead and roll me athletics and take advantage because Junior's helping you.
18.
Nice.
I never told you it was a 15 as the target number, but that was what was right in here. You can roll again, see if you get a crit. You can like throw her out of the crowd or something. We did it! She lands gently on a bed of flowers. Okay, cool. So yeah, you guys working together managed to get Ro out of the crowd. She still has the glowing sigil on her chest. She appears to be perfectly healthy, but completely unconscious. All right, Gidge and Grenadine. So oh my goodness, I forgot to attack you guys. So yeah.
Attack him.
Yeah, well, you're also holding stationary in the middle of a fight. So
I mean, yeah.
So here we come at Gidge. Boom. That's unlikely to hit you at an 11.
Nope.
Okay, cool. So the archer takes a swing at you, but you're too small and deft. As for you, you are sitting down in a crowd full
Yes,
of
I
people.
am.
So, that is going to hit a 19.
I take that. I deserve it.
Jeez.
I deserve to be pretty much killed.
I gave it back to you.
All right. Who knows where?
Can I do
there it is.
anything against this?
So you're going to take 6 bludgeoning damage from just the crowd running over you. You're getting pushed around.
Ouch.
Now, notably, your minor illusion does not move or react in any way. And so it's just kind of freaking people out. It's like kind of like a hologram there.
Yeah. So I'm here, and then the hologram's here.
And you emphasize that the hologram was 3 feet tall, so you're
Yeah.
significantly larger than it. Like you can sort of
Absolutely.
huddle down into
Yeah.
it. But
I
there's
was
still gonna be,
definitely in
like,
the fetal
an outline
position.
of a Goliath.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're just getting slapped. You even like take an arrow in the back a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Deserve that too. Is this
cool.
what it is to be ugly? To be hated? To be
Cool.
shot? in the
We've
back?
gotten it down to one disaster. I actually let Anna take her turn. So Gidge, you're back up. You're
watch that show. Okay.
you're in a conflict with this archer.
Do I see what's happened with Granny?
I would imagine so.
Okay. Well, screw this guy. I'm gonna go disengage as a bonus action, and then I'm going to run over to Granny.
All right.
Granny, listen.
What?
Hey, I'm sensing from this
Don't talk
gross
to me, Gidget.
hologram that is drastically smaller than you.
No.
That you're having some inner turmoil.
No, Gidget, don't talk to me. I'm a hideous person inside my heart.
What? Why would you? Why
Look
would,
at this hologram. It is me.
Yeah, that
in
is-
my soul.
That is gross, but that's not you.
It is.
That's not you.
I let Gal Gadot die.
No. I chopped off her. You tried to save her, remember?
Yeah, but the moment she became not so hot, I didn't care anymore.
Maybe it's because you saw her for what she was. An enemy trying to... Did you see when they shot that lady in the heart? She
Yeah,
was
but-
part of that.
But she was hot when that happened, so it didn't matter.
It made it okay.
It made it all right. What kind of person is okay with hot people killing other people?
Most people. Most people are like that, Granny. But because you recognize that, that makes you have the hottest insides I've ever seen. I say that platonically as your surrogate brother.
I've always felt like you have extremely attractive insides as well, my brother.
Hey, as long as we both agree this isn't weird, I'm into it.
Done. Perfect. Because it's not like the physical manifestation of your insides, aka your innards.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, you're not saying like
just
my intestines are good looking because if they were outside
but
of me,
also,
it'd be...
you've probably got good balls.
I mean, I
'cause
do. I'm
they move
regular.
well.
I'm very regular, yeah.
Brother, really, it comes down to, I want to be better. I want to be good like you.
I'm not good, Granny. But I need to get stuff done. Do you know why I'm chopping off ears?
Why are you doing this, Gidge?
Because I don't give a crap about any of these people. I just want Grandma back. Do you understand? And I will chop off every ear here if that will take us one step closer.
I don't quite understand how that's going to take us closer unless you're going to build
We
like a
gotta
ladder
get
of
through
ears.
these people. Listen, I realize I might be investing a little much in this bit.
Hey, Gidge.
Huh?
You're almost there, man. But I think you're going to need a song to convince her.
Serenade.
Gidge, I'm feeling low.
When you're feeling low after you see a girl with a chopped off ear on the ground. And you look inside and you're looking for a smile, but you only see a frown. You can look into my eyes and see
Look into his eyes.
the love of a fraternity. But you can just take my hand and together the world is an ugly place. But together we're hot. You and I are hot. The hottest brother and sister in the world. You know we're hot. We're hot. We're so dang hot. And it doesn't matter as long as we're together.
Being hot.
So hot.
And because she joined in, we're assuming you've been convinced.
I feel that.
We're holding each other's faces.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
There's like
Aw.
chaos.
Thank you, Gidge.
I'm gonna do this one last time, and I hand her one of my daggers. Wanna go? Shh. Say it with me. Wanna go?
Give me a second. I gotta.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Big hit.
All right, each of you give me an attack roll for how successful your ear chopping is.
Oh man.
It's a 2.
Well, 6.
I'm gonna use inspiration because I want That's a 16 plus. That's a 21. I want to chop off another ear.
You do a brilliant job of ear chopping. How was yours?
I have a 6. Do I add anything
so
to
you're
that?
not, the thing is, you're much larger than most of your targets.
Yeah.
Gidge has the advantage of being able to like move around on the target. For him, it's like trying to, cut
Yeah,
a
I'm
pumpkin.
less trying to
For
cut
you,
out
it's like trying to
ears.
cut a grape.
Yeah.
And so, but you do a successful work. You gather 4 more ears.
Wow.
With
Write
your
that down.
pathetic roll, you only manage to get 1 ear, and it's a messy job.
But you know what? I'm proud of it. And I feel good.
Can I put this under treasure?
Because I got that
Please
ear
do.
It's
from
not
at
a
least
competition, guys.
15.
It's not a competition.
And thus, the great riot of Heild proceeded. Unfortunately, the force you were with was overwhelmed by the city watch. So on the meta scale, the watch did manage to put down the riot. You guys managed to escape with your lives and with Ro, and you saved that woman's life. But we all learned a little bit about ourselves,
Truly.
mostly Grenadine.
Yeah, just me.
And we learned that the moral thesis of Dice Buddies is your personal worth is directly connected to your attractiveness.
Yes.
It is.
Thank you.
Dice Buddies.
Dice buddies.
Next time on Dice Buddies.
Pickin.
I have the power of Maelstrom and anime on my side. Oh my gosh, we get it. You're smart.
Okay, Tanner, you know what? I'm sick of this. I'm sick. You know what? Okay, I want to kill you. I want to kill you. Right.